Let's go to the next one here. Let's go to the Lakers. I want to talk about the Lakers. The Lakers rock right now. They are incredibly fun to watch play basketball. They had a wildly entertaining game against the Sacramento Kings this weekend. They won that game. As I look at my notes here, what was it? It was I think 32. Did they score? 131 to 127. Incredible game. And it was an incredible game in large part because LeBron just absolutely took over. He went for 32, 14, and 10. He was dominant. Anthony Davis had 31. He was also dominant. Domantas Sabonis, honestly, he had 29, 12, and 10. Offensively, he was a monster. He created a ton of like second chance opportunities where he got putbacks, it felt like. He had like 3 or 4 of those maybe. He hit at least 1 3 from the corner that I can remember. And then De'Aaron Fox was great. He had like 28 and here, looking at the box score, 28 and 10. It was an incredibly, incredibly fun game. The stars showed out. Everything was so great to watch. I had a great time watching this game. And part of the reason that I feel like I had a great time, we talked a lot about JJ Redick, like running sets and having these guys have all sorts of like crazy off ball movement in their first game. And there was a good amount of that in this game. I don't want to sit here and tell you that like JJ didn't run sets. JJ didn't do this, didn't do that. The Lakers definitely ran sets in this game. But I felt like it was a lot more simplistic in terms of what they were trying to do, as opposed to the game against Minnesota, for instance, in the opener, right? Really what JJ Redick just wanted to do was attack certain spots. And they really spam attacked Domantas Sabonis and ball screens throughout the entirety of the game. In the first quarter, they hit Herter a lot as well. But really, I would say that their goal was to try and attack Domantas Sabonis in ball screens and make him defend. And they were remarkably successful with it. So let's just kind of jump in now here and talk about this game. LeBron, again, we're going to just run like a little Zoom or a Chicago action here. And what this is going to do with the way that the Kings are defending this doesn't look like much at first, but 2 things are happening. A, you're engaging Sabonis in a ball screen with this Zoom action. You know, again, Zoom, handoff, Russell's coming to help. So if they're playing it in a way where, once I get my marker back, where they're switching, or if they are just having Keegan fight. So Keegan's fighting over the top here. To me, this means that Sabonis needs to be in drop. Or you need to do what the Kings do. They decide to keep Sabonis with Anthony Davis, not a bad choice, and have Herter help while Keegan Murray recovers. But when Herter helps, that's going to open one pass away for an easy downhill cut for Rui Hachimura, or drive, depending on when he gets the ball. So he gets the ball here. That's a hard closeout for Kevin Herter. That's a really, really difficult closeout. He has to get all the way back there, contest the shot, and stop Rui, a very capable driver, from getting into the paint. Rui's just stronger than he is, so once he gets his shoulders into Herter's chest, it's just too hard. It's way too difficult. It's a sharp set. It's a sharp action from JJ Redick, but it's in the basis of attacking 2 guys there that can be attacked. So this one, again, you're attacking Herter, putting him in the ball screen. Now you've got Sabonis on the block. This is another guy you feel like you can probably attack. Anthony Davis just goes through him. They have completely unlocked Anthony Davis within this offense. And the final thing I want to note here is just the spacing. The spacing is really good. They have Max Christie filter through after the entry pass. So AD has all of this space here to operate. I trust Anthony Davis against Domantas Sabonis in that moment. And by the way, as soon as he sees Herter go for the help and try to double, I love that Rui here is cutting downhill. If AD feels like he can't get to this, he has Rui coming downhill to be able to get an easy shot at the basket in some way, shape, or form. But he just goes through Sabonis. It's simple stuff. It's not complicated, but it's good. It's really easy. This one is just an awesome set. This is fantastic. Everything about this is great, except for the fact that Reaves just missed the shot, ends up being a foul on the rebound. But I mean, everything about this is fantastic. So AD initiating, basically. Vincent comes through. A DHO here for Reaves. Out to a quick reversal. Then we're going to get into essentially a ghost against Herter. And again, we're attacking Herter here. But this pass, it's very obvious to me that this is a set play. This pass, this cross corner pass is coming always because you're anticipating. Vincent, I don't even know that he really looks up at Sabonis here. I think he's anticipating that Sabonis is going to be there for the ghost screen and roll from Rui, knowing that Sabonis has to tag. He throws it this way, and then you get Reaves coming behind on essentially a dribble handoff play that AD just hands the ball off through his legs. I love it. I love the set. I love the action. I think it's super creative. I think it's super sharp. I think I've seen like Connecticut run something like somewhat similar to this previously, so it wouldn't surprise me if JJ Redick stole this from them. I can't remember what this is called either. There is like a name for this. I can't remember, but I'm going to like basically refer to it as like a DHO reversal, like ghost roll kind of thing. It's a pretty nice play though. Next, this is just awesome. So we're going to get the horn set into a cross screen for each other. And the whole goal the whole time is to find Rui in the corner there. Ends up being a blocking foul. But again, we're still running stuff. This is great. Like we're running stuff and we are involving the guys we want to involve. So cross screen here. Rui comes out. He's going to come up and set a screen. Hayes sets the screen. We're involving Sabonis in the ball screen. Now look at these three guys on the backside here. 1, 2, 3. Watch how connected they are in everything that they're doing. So you've got Hayes coming to set a screen here. You've got Connect kind of setting like a rub back screen here on DeMar as Rui filters behind. I love how Connect makes it look like he's like trying to avoid DeMar DeRozan there, but really he's like trying to just like kind of make that little contact there so that as soon as he makes that contact, Rui can filter down to the corner. The thing that is so impressive about the Lakers this year for me is that their timing on all of this is fantastic. Their timing on everything here is amazing. They're screening, they're making contact on their screens, they're timing their cuts, they're timing their screens really well, they're timing all of the off-ball movements super well. This is the stuff where I'm like, okay, no, like not only is JJ Redick like very creative, he's really clearly communicating what he's asking them to do. To get the timing on all of this stuff right is what is often the thing that can kind of break these down a little bit. And plus, you have defenders who are trying to stop you. They're trying to bump cutters, they're trying to bump screeners. The fact that they have the timing down as well as they do, he's very clearly got them detail oriented in a way that is really, really impressive. Now we're into the third quarter. We're just going to go set a down screen for Reaves into a ball screen. That is what is referred to as a ram screen. So down here, screen, Reaves comes up, sets the on ball. You do that so that the guy who's guarding Austin Reaves is trailing the play a little bit when he goes to set this screen here. And that puts the defense just like a little bit behind the action, right? Herder tries to blitz LeBron, which is a strategy that I'm a little bit surprised by. And it just sets up this wide open, easy opportunity for Austin Reaves right in the lane. Austin Reaves has been great this season, by the way. This game, he ends up with 16.7 rebounds, 6 assists. He does turn it over a little bit, but like he's such a perfect fit for this offense that it's just absolutely sick. Let's get to a quick little note from Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money action. There are over 10 million members. Like I said a second ago, they invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks always puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. We are big fans of Prize Picks here. We absolutely love the app and what they're doing for the daily fantasy sports scene. Download the app today and use code Game Theory to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use that code Game Theory to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. This, again, Reaves just waiting, being patient, waiting for AD to come up. Again, we're just involving Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis stays attached. Have Reaves come up. He's going to get a screen. It's going to be a little ghost to the corner. The Kings do a great job. Again, like to the timing point, Malik Monk does a great job kind of bumping here. Jordan McLaughlin does a good job kind of bumping and forcing that screen to just kind of throw off the timing of things a little bit, right? But again, it's Sabonis here. Unlike Herder last time in an action like this, Malik Monk does not step up to help. In part, I would probably rather step up and just give Max Christie an open 3. I think Christie can shoot, but I'd want to make him prove it to me right now. But if Sabonis isn't even going to like engage Reaves at all, especially when he has the tag help here, I mean, this is just a little bit too easy, right? This is why people like kind of question Domantas Sabonis as a defender. He's not really even engaging, in all honesty. So this one, entry, back to LeBron. And this is where we just start attacking Sabonis relentlessly. The Kings went on like a pretty big run in the third quarter. I think they won the third by like 12 or so points. Both players kind of go under the screen there. Sabonis recognizes it, tries to like peel off onto LeBron. LeBron drills it. Horns action here. Vincent goes away. But again, the reason I put this on here is look at what our goal is. We're trying to get Sabonis in space. And what does this little cross screen do? This little interior cross screen where AD makes great contact and forces Lyles to stay attached. It gets Sabonis in space, right? And that's a matchup I feel good about. But we're running sets and trying to get the matchups that we want. It's super simple. It's super easy. None of this is like a complicated action necessarily. This one is a little bit more complicated and it's pretty sick. So how do we set up here? We set up like we're going to get an empty side ball screen, but we entry the ball into the post immediately. Russell basically sets a screen onto Hayes's man so that Hayes can go in either screen or ghost it and filter through to the block. The Lakers have run a decent amount of actions where they've ghosted that screen either with AD or another guy, LeBron, honestly, and just put him on the block and then thrown an entry pass onto the block. So Hayes here, they run that. From there, Connect and LeBron are so good at this already, what their timing is. Their timing and their use of spacing and their understanding of what they're trying to do. These two defenders here have to be cognizant of, okay, is Connect going to screen for LeBron here? And if that's the case, Herter has to be attached because if he catches Keegan Murray here, I mean, this is an easy dunk, right? It's not all that dissimilar in terms of what the reality would be from the Iverson action they ran at the start of the third quarter in game one. But instead, Connect kind of comes through, just gets like a little brush screen on LeBron's guy and takes this DHO. I kind of compared Connect a little bit pre-draft in terms of the things that you could do with him to like some Duncan Robinson-y kind of things. I think Connect's more athletic. Robinson's really improved the ball in his hand over the last like year and a half. So like he has some of that as well. But that's an action like straight out of like what Miami would do. Like Miami does stuff like that for Duncan Robinson all the time. The fact that the Lakers are doing this right now with Connect and then also having LeBron and Anthony Davis, I mean, this is going to be hard to guard. This is going to be really, really difficult to guard. And now we're kind of just getting into a series where fourth quarter, we're just kind of running some high exchanges here to get LeBron the ball where we want. So we've got Jackson Hayes with the ball. We're going to have Russell come set a screen here to get him away from from Trey Lyles. And then you see Jackson Hayes here come and set the screen onto Trey Lyles in order to force this mismatch. Again, this is the matchup the Lakers wanted all day. This is a switch. He backs it out. Makes it look like he's about to try and get downhill. Sabonis does a fine job, but LeBron just drills it. This one, I mean, just a sick back cut from Austin Reaves. Russell coming down. AD just kind of sneaks behind De'Aaron Fox there. I think the goal there, I mean, obviously the goal is to score in the way that they did. But like I would assume if I was the Lakers here that you're getting a switch and that Sabonis would just follow Reaves. And you're hoping that, De'Aaron Fox just ends up on AD, right? Like that's a reasonable hope. But when like you have a player that just gets like fully downhill like this, I mean, that's an impossible spot for Keegan Murray too, because here's the other part of that action, similar to a thing that we talked about previously. Look who's in the corner. Dalton Connect, serious shooter that we just saw drill a corner 3-point shot off of a handoff. So if Connect recognizes what's happening and they decide that they're going to stay here and that Fox is going to filter through and try and recover back, yeah, Murray can help and can be there for Reaves and, probably should be there. But Russell's just making that pass to Connect if that happens. And that's going to be an open corner 3. But the key here is that it's Connect. And that's why Keegan Murray gives Keegan just that little secondary moment of thought in terms of, wait, should I be helping? Should I not be helping? He ends up not helping. It ends up being an easy layup. Now, again, attacking Sabonis, just an easy ball screen. Bucket. Not much to break down there. This one, again, attacking Sabonis. Reaves just back rims it. But we're attacking Sabonis. And again, none of this is all that complicated. We're just kind of running high ball screens here. This one, just a little down screen for Reaves. But again, look who you're attacking with the down screen because you're having AD set the down screen. Sabonis is telling the defender here, hey, you got to fight over the top. AD gets screened. It forces Sabonis to engage. But it also forces Fox to kind of help over a little bit and to be there. And that's going to lead to a same side kick out, open 3 for D'Angelo Russell. Again, we're just kind of emptying it out. They get a switch onto Sabonis. Single ball screen. Hits AD for the lob. The way Anthony Davis is playing right now, it's almost impossible to switch these things because he is playing so big and so physically and so strongly that if he has even somebody like Keegan Murray, who's 6'8", it's not going to matter. He's still just going to bully them and get where he wants. Again, just like mercilessly spamming these Sabonis ball screens. This one, you get AD onto Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray is not a small dude. He's like 6'8", 225 pounds. And that is an absolute beating. Again, just early ball screen. Empty side action. Beautiful pass from LeBron. Absolutely beautiful pass from LeBron here into that pocket. After he makes Sabonis engage, stay attached, drills it. And again, LeBron, AD, ball screen, high. We're not reinventing the wheel here. We're just spamming it, right? I love that JJ Redick just continued to go back to the well, and then AD just absolutely casually drills this 3 to end it. We're not reinventing the wheel. If something's working with JJ Redick, we're just going to attack it. This is something that, again, like if you look at kind of the influences I've seen so far, I see like a lot of Connecticut with him, which makes sense. Like he had Danny Hurley on the show and like he seemed to really enjoy what Danny Hurley did when he talked to Dan about, just the way he builds actions off of one another. That's another thing we've seen JJ do. He builds actions off of something else. But what the game against the Kings showed, almost even more so than the first game, to me at least, is that JJ is just going to spam these actions. If he sees something working, he's going to go, yep, I got this. Let's go. We're just going to run high ball screen, attack the guy that we think is a liability on defense, and we're going to go. And again, like Sabonis played a great game on offense. He had 29 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. But on defense, like it was just a little bit too easy for the Lakers to get into what they wanted and for them to create easy shots. So that's how LeBron ends up with 32 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists. He was dominant, completely took over the game. Same with AD, completely took over the game.